So what's up? I'm back in my daughter's bathroom. This is where I installed this shield here. If you haven't seen that video yet, it's a lot of fun. But I'm here going to be repairing the faucet back here. Funny thing is I'm constantly fixing this house. I'm thinking about calling this series This Recession House. Remember that show on KLRN? You didn't have cable TV like I didn't sometimes growing up. We got stuck watching Channel 9 to see something a little different than sports. And it was Bob Vila, and it was called This Old House, and they were always fixing up an old house. Well, this house isn't old. For those of you who don't know it, this house is about 6 years old. And the reason I bought a new house is because I'm not a handyman, and I didn't want to be constantly fixing things. So I thought to myself, and I explained to my wife, like, let's buy a new house. Everything's new. We never have to fix anything. We bought it in the peak of the recession. We got an amazing price on it, but come to find out that it's just full of shoddy workmanship. Cheap fixtures, cheap faucets, lots of issues like that. So because of that, we're always having to fix things. So today, we're going to be fixing the cartridge on my daughter's faucet, which is going to be a lot of fun. Didn't even know that this was a thing. And the image on the thumbnail will show you this one here. That's why you're probably watching this video. So there's a couple of indicators that your cartridge is bad. In my situation, it's extremely difficult to turn. Like, you are really having to put pressure to turn it. And it's so bad that it started to just kind of, the handle was kind of breaking loose and not turning at all. So that's why I had to do it. Another indication that you have a bad cartridge is that the water isn't mixing properly. And it doesn't necessarily affect your shower. It could be affecting the rest of the bathroom. So for example, if you go to the bathroom faucet and you put on the cold water and hot water comes out, that could be an indication that this is failing. In other words, this cylinder has failed and the hot water is mixing with the cold water and running back up the pipes. The other indicator, which is kind of nice, is that your toilet bowl fills up with really hot water. I don't know if you've ever sat on a toilet to do your business in the wintertime with hot steamy water in the bowl. It's divine. It's amazing. It's like you're treating yourself to a spa. It's amazing. It just opens up the pores. But again, that could be an indication that this cartridge is failing, and that's why you're getting hot water in your toilet. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into the process of changing this out. In order for this video to be valid to you, you have to have this type of fixture. Now, this is a Moen fixture. Funny thing is when and I'm not a plumber, just so you guys know, but when I opened the wall, I looked at this and I saw that this was tied into plumbing directly into the wall. I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna have to call a plumber. Turns out, I don't have to do that. Now, there is a tool that you need in order to remove this that you can purchase. I don't have the tool. I'm gonna use a pair of pliers. And in order for this cartridge to come out, the water should be on. In other words, let me show you. When the water is off, the valve is like this. We're gonna have to turn this thing so that the water is on. The tools you're gonna need for this, well, that I'm gonna use, big pair of pliers, a flathead screwdriver. You're probably not gonna need that. I'm gonna use it to pry this little pin out, and a pair of needle-nose pliers. The big pliers I have might work, but just in case. The first thing I'm gonna do is turn the water on. Now, I've turned off the water to the entire house, and you're going to want to do that because once this comes out, this is going to just shoot a jet of water out of it like a fire hydrant. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to destroy all of my video equipment. So, water is off. So, taking the pliers, and like I said, I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to turn this where it's the opposite way, 180 degrees. You see how hard it is to turn? Almost there. There we go. And that's how we're going to pull it out. So now we're going to pull the pin out. I'm going to use a needle nose for this. I'm just going to kind of tuck them in here. I'm going to go straight up with it. Don't lose this because we're going to have to put it back in. So with that out, now we're just going to take our pliers and we're going to pull this cartridge out, straight out. All right, I'm not going to lie. I had to move the camera out of the way to really tug on this thing, but once you get it there, we're just going to pull it out like this. There we go. So hot on one side, cold on the other. Like I said, mine was sticking on me big times. So I went ahead, we're gonna pull this out, we're gonna put the new one in. And before we try to put this in, this is the new one. That's the old one. Just wanna make sure that they're a perfect match, which they are. And we're gonna go ahead and slide that bad boy back in, and we have to do it correctly. So we need to figure out which way is up. So, see this little cover here? We slide them off. Hot goes on the left, cold goes on the right. Probably can't see that. Let me get a better picture. Hot goes on the left, cold goes on the right. Mine had this little extra sleeve. I don't think I need that. Funny, this thing came with some lube. And it's funny because I asked the guy, like, where'd I get the lube? He kind of looked at me weird. He says, it's packaged with it. Now this thing costs like 45 bucks, just so you know. Not sure how I opened that. We're just gonna use this cutter here. I don't squirt everywhere. Oh, I think it's too late. There we go. So I've got rubber here. Put some here. Put some here. And there's also an O-ring here that we need to worry about. So I'm gonna put the oil on. Just gonna rub it in. Same thing over here. We want it to slide right in. And then on the O-ring. All the way around. And while I'm at it, I'm just gonna lube the whole thing. Right, might as well. Have fun with it. There we go. Okay, so now that we've got this thing lubed up, and I actually put a lot of the oil around the base here. Again, hot on the left, cold on the right. Line it up straight up and down. And we're just gonna slide it in place. I'll have to give it a little push here, a little bit of love. Force it in. There we go. All the way in. I didn't even say any bad words. Now, the clip has to go back in. I'm just gonna slide in from the top like this. And that's it. It's just gonna push it in place. That's gonna keep this thing from launching out like a rocket. So now we can go ahead and reassemble the housing on here and then make sure it works properly. I'll tell you right now, this already turns a hell of a lot easier. This piece goes on first, like this. Just like that. And this piece goes on here. Long screw. Alright, I think I got it mostly. I'm gonna turn it like this so I can put this piece on with this little screw. You help me lose my mind. Alright, just like that, it's fixed. I can turn it like with one finger now before we have a fight with it. And I've saved myself having to call a plumber. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with the old one. That was $45 down the drain with the initial faucet, but that's how you replace one of these guys. Good luck.